have Switch OLED or the original Switch. So as you can see, this is my second, well, it's the second email, but it's the same account that I've got with Nintendo, right? So in here, you can actually tell that I've got quite, this is wallpaper, but this is from the original Switch. Like I told you guys, if you want to download this game, you need to have a current Switch on you, because not only do you need to transfer the game from the Switch to the Switch 2, you're going to need a current console. So basically, I've said this time and time again, the best thing to do is just basically buy a cheap console from wherever you can get one, like on eBay or something. Just buy a Switch Lite. Don't get like an OLED or another Switch with a dock. Just get a Switch Lite, because all you want is the game, right? Because they both play games, right? They play the same games. Get yourself a micro SD card, because I told you guys I had a micro SD card in my Surface Go. I formatted it. I tried to use it on the Switch 2, but the Switch 2 wouldn't allow that to work. So put in the Switch Lite, and amazingly it works. Micro SD card, but I think the Switch 2 does require like a micro SD express card, so it's slightly different. Right, so that's what I'm saying. So I got the wall face already here on this. Because what I thought was you just sign into your account and then basically you can just get games. I think you can still do it that way. I'm not particularly sure, like, if you need to have, like, I'll give you an example. Let me show you one of these things. So this is called Splatter Zombie Apocalypse now. And okay, so I think I already have that. Let's go for Beautiful Desolation. And you see it says load to this console, and it's going to slot it in. But that's basically coming from another account that I've got. And you see I've got two accounts up here. It's the same, it's me, it's basically myself, but basically it's just like, the way I'm trying to explain this is, I think it's easier if you do have a physical console with you. Now I know you guys are going to be like, but maybe you just want to sign in with your account and do it that way. I mean, I don't know if it's going to work the same way. I just think that it's going to be a whole lot easier if you definitely have a, so I'm just checking on my percentage. It says 18.9 gigabytes. So this is the square 56 gigabytes. Switch Lite 42, I think. And then the Switch OLED is obviously the 64 gigabytes. I'm using the Switch 2 Pro controller. Like I said, it's got a headphone jack at the back. It's got the two buttons at the bottom here, the GL and GR. It's got the R8L, it's got, I think this one is, let me just check. It's got ZR and ZL. It's got four of the, so I think these actually show you which one it's connected to. So this is the first controller. When you're controlling, when you're actually wanting to connect this to your Switch 2, like I thought, like you just go to Bluetooth. You can't use Bluetooth. You gotta go into controllers and accessories, then go to change controller grip, and then order. So it's gonna disconnect it, and then basically what you want to do is you want to press over here on this button, and it's gonna make that weird thing. And mine's already connected, but when it wants to connect to yours the first time, you need to press A. Mine's already connected, yes, but there you go. So that's how that's gone. I don't know why this is up. Okay, I think this is okay. That is temporarily disconnected. I don't know. I think maybe because I was carrying the controller. So maybe when you do pair your Pro controller to your Switch 2, just remember that if you got Bluetooth speaker or something, just go back into the Bluetooth settings and reconnect your speaker. I think that's what might be important. But basically, so you need to, you're here, right? So I'm downloading this game. That game is not from Switch 2, right? That's from Switch Lite. That Desolation, that Beautiful Desolation. Hong Kong Massacre, you can get that on eShop for the Switch 2, but that actually came from the Switch Lite. This other game as well. This one I think is called Waddle 3 Adventures, like a Mario type game. And basically, this game came from the Switch Lite as well. That one's not working properly. I think it needs to be online or something. And then Steam will update that from the Switch Lite. Splatter Zombie Apocalypse now. That's from the Switch Lite. One Rambles from Switch Lite. Alchemy is from Switch Lite. OAG Police is from Switch Lite. Warfare Strike is from Switch Lite. These other ones, obviously, that's the Switch 2, that's Fast RMX, that's through the channel. So I'm not going to say every game, but Bigger, obviously, you know Bigger, that's directly from the Switch Lite. And because it's not working properly, that's why I transferred it back to the Switch Lite, so I'm back on my Switch Lite. The War is Mine Complete Edition, that's from Switch Lite. YouTube, I took that from Switch Lite, but that doesn't actually work on Switch 2, so I'm just saying it, Brawl Force over there, that's Switch 2. All the games here that you can now see, these are all Switch 2. I got this from Switch 2 from the eShop. And obviously the console stuff, Game Boy, Nintendo 64, that's GameCube, and then the Super Nintendo, Mega Drive, and Game Boy Advance. So all of these are basically Switch 2 games. But obviously, you know, YouTube is not yet on Switch 2. That came from the Switch Lite. The Fortnite that's here is actually from the Switch Lite, but because the version that I had is only for the Switch Lite, for the first Switch, it actually said I needed to download the Switch 2 version. So basically, it wanted me to download the Switch 2 version, and so I thought it best not to delete the one I had previously. So as soon as I downloaded the Switch 2 version of Fortnite, surprise, surprise, what happened is it actually ejected the other game, which was for the Switch Lite, and it changed the icon to this one. But when I logged into Fortnite, it actually does actually show all the stuff that I've got. And obviously, like I told you guys, you need to go into your account up there. I think that's a good idea to have your account on this. So I was playing Clash before. I'm actually uploading that using a different phone. That's why I said the SE I'm using is a different SE. I've got the first generation, then the second generation, third generation I told that. So I got the second generation, and mine's 120 gigabytes, and I just bought it strictly just for making videos, because the problem with the first generation is, you know, it's like outdated now. It's only got iOS 15.8.4, I think, and it doesn't, you can't like really download any of the new apps. So I didn't buy the SE second generation for apps and stuff. I just bought it strictly because it's 128 gigabytes. It was going for $90. I thought it was a good price, and I do need something that can record a lot of videos because I've got Switch now, and I've got Switch Lite. But like I said to you guys, someone was asking me like, what's the performance like on the thing, Warfare Clutch on the Switch 2, and someone was saying, someone's saying the performance is not great and blah blah. And I told him, I said, you know what, that person is not telling the truth. Warfare Clutch on the Switch 2 plays really well. It's very fluid, especially using this, and this supports gyro. This Pro controller supports gyro. So I actually like to get this for $50, and it was in a box and everything. So when I went to the shop, they were like, oh, it's a new controller. Someone obviously didn't want to have it or something. Just wanted some quick money, which was cool for me because, I'm happy about it. The good thing about this, it doesn't need those rechargeable batteries because it's charged directly via the Type-C. So that's what I like about this. And if you want to check, I'll actually show you something. If I go back into my settings, like, okay, so that beautiful installation is just downloading. Like I told you, that's from the Switch Lite. I just want to quickly check on my, okay, exactly 18.9. So I have an express card in, but I'm planning to get one. Like I said, you can add a second account, might be a good thing. You can go into here. Now, I don't know why, it says this feature is not available while using Bluetooth audio. Disconnect the Bluetooth audio. Right, okay, so I just